Welcome to Coach's Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. To my right, the Swami George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger Albert Campman. Here we go, guys. We're headed to fabulous February playoffs. The seedings are going to go on tonight, and we'll know the matchups coming up later this week. But let's go to Spotlight, the end of the regular season. Ethan Morton of Butler, 44-22, and he now becomes the all-time leading scorer in Butler basketball history with 1,484 points. He's averaging 27.3 a game. If you go by that average, he'll be the first Butler basketball player in history to go over 2,000 career points.
That number always signaled greatness to me. And I had when Dante Clavery played at Blackhawk, he was such a quiet scorer. I thought maybe he had 1,200. And he ends up with like 2,200 points. See, then I knew how great he was.
And you have to play in ninth grade.
Yes.
To do that.
You know how this game has changed. Bill Salt one time was a leading scorer at Butler. He was a 6'4" center. You know, he went on and played Penn State and in the pros with the Colts and the Steelers. But he played 3 years and scored like 780 or 90 points.
You know what I'm thinking, George? I don't think Clavery plays a 10th, ninth grader.
Well, that's even more.
No, that's how great he was.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
No,
now they played a whole season of playoff games.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? They played
they
played that extra 20 games of playoffs.
You get an extra 3 years.
Absolutely.
That's what happens.
That's like this kid at Butler. You know, the points are ridiculous. He just scores at will, but they don't stop you.
And the other thing about him, though, that George has seen, I've talked to many people, and I just saw him in other places, he's a better passer than he is a shooter.
Tremendous passer.
You
know what I mean?
Tremendous.
With better guys.
Yes. Huggins said he's the best passer.
He's such a great passer,
he's ever
yes.
seen. Okay.
Well, that's
like George said, with better guys.
when he gets with better guys, look out.
Yes.
Isaac DiGregorio, North Catholic, games of 38 and 26. He averages 20.6 per game. Levi Orton, AC Valley, 28 and 25. Andrew Recchia of Mars, 26. Congratulations, 1,000 career points. He's had a stellar athletic career down there.
Yeah, he's good. At Mars, it's just reloads.
Yeah, it is.
The championships in lacrosse too. He's been a stellar player there.
We called it. We called this one.
We
said the next coming school to watch out for was Mars, and we were like,
N.A. Pine, no
yes,
Mars.
Elijah White, Portersville Christian, 26. Brock Baru, Elwood City, 26. Brian McMurdo, Riverside, games of 26 and 25. Scott Frazier, Knock, 24. The Knights share the title in Section 1 4A. Jared Leminski, Montauk, 23. Dan Petcash, Pine Richland, 25 and 23. He averages 22.2 per game. Corey Fusco of Mars, 22 and 20, and just cleared by the WPIAL to participate in the playoffs. Michael Carmody, Mars, 22 and 20. Marcus Smite, Seneca Valley, 22. Jalen Vaughn, Beaver Falls, 22. He averages 20.1 per game. Takima Askew, Summit Academy, 21. Gage McKelvey, Beaver Falls, 21. And Logan Murray of Pine Richland, 21.
Two thoughts, as you were saying. I hope I don't forget both of them. Number one, that's one other reason why Mars is so dangerous. When people move in from the rest of the state, say, "Hey, where's the place you think we should live?"
Right there.
And they say, say Mars or North Allegheny or
Pine and now North Catholic.
Yeah.
That whole region. Right
that's what
there.
they say. And the other thing was, I said, Butler, when they get the better players. I'm not talking about better high school players at Butler. I'm talking when he goes to college, he's playing with.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I don't want them to think that I was talking
about them.
Yeah, this is
when he goes to the next level,
Division
he'll
1.
have a 6'11" center.
Yes, that's what I want to make sure they clear.
For the girls, Ty Johnson of Mars, 27 points. She averages 19.1. Emma McDermott of Slippery Rock High School, 25. Sage Smith of Vincentian, 23. Bella Ply of Mars, 22. Alyssa Stitt of Karn City, 21. Cami McNanny of AC Valley, 21. Sydney Shemansky of Freeport, 20. She averages 15.3 a game. Marianne Ackerman of Slippery Rock High School, 20. Madeline Clark of Freeport, 20. And Hannah Kurtz of Vincentian, 20. College men, Jared Armstrong, Slippery Rock University, had 20. The Rock now 16 and 7, 13 and 3. They have a home game Wednesday against Mercyhurst, winners of 8 in a row.
I'll be there. That's a tough game for them. Till's been hurt. And when you lose, you lose your big boy.
That's
Micah,
a big loss.
Yeah, they'll need him back to beat the top teams.
Joel Stutz, BC3, 31 points. He's now 42 points shy of being BC3's all-time career points leader.
Sat with Geneva coach last night. He said he'd make his recruiting season if he could land them. He said,
I heard that.
That's how much better he's gotten where he's at.
He's a bomber.
College women, Brooke Hinderleiter, Slippery Rock University 28. The Rock women 9-13, 7-9. Casey Kretzer, BC 3, she had 20. And in high school track, Sean Northcott, Slippery Rock High School. He broke his own indoor school record in a shot with a throw of 46 feet 3 1/4 inches. And in high school wrestling, Seneca Valley in the PIAA playoffs first round, they beat Mifflin 35-24. Dylan Chappell, 113-pound class, he recorded a pin. But in the quarterfinals, they lost to Bethlehem Catholic 52-11, and then lost the consolation to Spring Ford 32-28. Great year. They finished 14-5.
And you
Fabulous
said
year.
something. Yeah, I want to mention
For
too,
Seneca
the
athletics.
Slippery Rock women, what they're up against in that league. Several nationally ranked teams. Coach McGraw, that's a rough job there. This league, as good as it is in the men, it might be better with the women.
It's great point. Great point.
It's tough.
Very tough.
Another point about wrestling. George has always said that. He's going back 40, 50 years when they developed wrestling in the East. And you could tell, St. Valley's loaded.
Yeah.
And you hear the score against whoever it was.
Bethlehem
you're
Catholic,
Bethlehem
52-11.
You know,
Hey, as soon as I hear Bethlehem Catholic, I think bingo. They're getting them from all
a little
over.
bingo.
But you usually
You think there might be a guy from Maryland and a guy from Delaware?
But you don't usually hear the Catholic schools being powerhouses in wrestling.
Well,
For the
down here,
most part,
Greensburg
down here.
Central. that's
You know
a
why?
big-
It's a secondary sport, Eddie. They really are.
Yeah, and they won't
really
wanna hear
are.
that.
Basketball, football.
Yeah,
No,
that's all you hear is
You're
football,
right.
basketball.
Hey, Eddie, some of these places, they're just crazy over this wrestling. I mean, just
Absolutely.
completely
They're
crazy.
certainly-
That game the other night, they sold out Bryce Jordan.
Oh, yes, they do.
Let's go to our power rankings, and almost similar to what we have here, I think you're going to find in the pairings and the seedings that will go on tonight. In 6A, boys, Pine Richland at the top, 20-2. They've now won 19 straight. Latrobe, 18-2, followed by Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair, and Butler. Now, Upper St. Clair beat Mount Lebanon in their second match, 71-45. Mount
know.
Lebanon turned around and beat Alderdice 52-50.
It is amazing, isn't it? It looks like it's wide open from 2 to 5. I don't see anybody right now
Alderdice
beating
has
Pine
some-
Richland.
But the key for Latrobe, the two outstanding guards, Fenton and Butler. I think it was Butler was injured a week ago. Haven't heard much since. But when you have that tandem, those two guards, 6'5" and 6'4",
I have a buddy at South
they're
Fox
tough to
Chapel
beat.
beat one of them up bad.
And then Fox Chapel got beat by 5-17 Central Catholic
See,
last night.
The minute
That's the last loss for Pine Richland was the Fox Chapel.
Fox Chapel should hope that the guys were already done drawing last night. They probably were.
Most important thing at this time of year, Eddie, you just said it, is not how good. There's two things. How good you're playing is important, but are you healthy?
Yeah.
You want to be healthy right
No.
now.
And Pine started their season off playing Fox Chapel, Upper St. Clair, and Mount Lebanon.
Nice. That's what you
And
do.
Pine football went late, don't forget.
Yes, too.
Yes. Let's go to 5A. Number 1, Mars, followed by Moon, Penn Hills, Woodland Hills, Chartiers Valley. No question in my mind, Mars is the favorite here, but look out for Penn Hills. They're trying to pull off quite a year.
Yeah.
6A champs in basketball last year, 5A football, and state champs this year. They still have a lot of talent.
Well, you named the thing. You named the team I think's the favorite. I think it's Penn Hills.
Penn Hills.
I think
Yeah.
it's Penn Hills.
I think they're the team Mars has to worry
everything
about.
I hear about them.
Hey, no smoke bombs in the gym. Though.
They're athletic.
Let's keep it
Yes.
outside.
And in 4A, what a jumble that's been all year long. Newcastle remains at the top with a 52-48 win over Ambridge to win the section title. Uniontown jumps up to number 2, followed by Quaker Valley. Knocking there, what a great season, 17-5. And Ambridge drops down to number 5, 14-8. I think Uniontown could be the sleeper here. Surprise
They have
team.
to be.
No one's talking about
Because
them.
they're out of the league. They're out of
They're out of
only
the
league,
area, like-
Newcastle, Ambridge, and Quaker Valley.
on
You
the
mentioned
same
all
league.
same league.
And-
Newcastle's the
And
favorite.
let's mention, out of the league, Hermitage Hickory is loaded. And I'm Hotep, the defending state champ, is in the west side of the bracket this year.
In 3A, it's Lincoln Park, North Catholic, Seton LaSalle, Aliquippa, Deer Lakes, and the Shannock coming on strong.
Yeah, I think it's really believe it's an Aliquippa Lincoln Park matchup. That's what I see happening.
And in 2A, it's Osh, Sarah Catholic, Winston Thurston, Sewickley Academy, and Southside Beaver. And in 1A, back on top, Vincentian. I know they're 14-7, but they've played a real strong schedule. Nazareth Prep, Cornell, Monessen, and Union.
Top 3, plus the 4 of the top 5 are in the same league.
Yes.
Those 4 of the top 5.
And that Winchester Thurston, their girls, are loaded. Also, someone went to play them there. Just took a terrible
got
beating.
whooped.
Oh,
Let's go to the girls, and then 6A. It is really going to be a grind to win this one. You have Peters Township, undefeated 22-0, followed by North Allegheny 21-1, a 1-point loss, 44-43 to Norwin. Norwin at third, 20-1, and then Bethel Park, don't count them out, 20-2, and then Seneca Valley in there at 15-7.
Those
Be tough.
you better play your best. You're right.
You
Go
can
to
be
that one.
good and still lose.
Yeah, you
that's
can.
a tough
It
Final
is.
Four there. Those
Really
top
tough.
four are really one loss. What 1 and 2 losses is it?
The reason I like North Allegheny is I think we talked about it last show. They win all their games defensively.
in the 40s.
You do play them; they're in the 40s. You know, it's tough,
I
you know.
think they're headed for their third or fourth straight WPL championship
Why not?
game, and they won the last two. In 5A, undefeated Chartiers Valley 22-0, followed by Oakland Catholic, Gateway, Franklin Regional, Slippery Rock High School, and Penn Hills. Clearly, Chartiers Valley. the
Clearly, I
favorite
talked to somebody
here.
that last Saturday said they have 3 Division I players.
Being upset.
Oh,
Yes.
So, 3 Division One.
Yes.
that'll
including McConnell's daughter.
Pitt women better get some of them.
And one of
because they are
them's a
really
ninth grader.
struggling.
No,
One of them's a 6'2".
You got a good point there, Eddie. You can't let those kids get away.
Pitt's been really
Not when you play like
struggling.
Pitt, no.
I know the new coach White is trying to change everything down there, but they're 0-12 in the
He talked too
ACC.
much when he got here for me.
4A, it's North Catholic, Central Valley, Blackhawk, Freeport, Elizabeth Forward. Clearly, it'll take a heck of a team to beat North Catholic.
agree with that.
They just suffered their third loss, but who'd they lose to? Bethel Park.
Yeah, that's how you get ready for the playoffs.
That's how you get ready.
That's a Coach
Absolutely.
Abraham. That's his biggest thing he said on his show.
Don't do
If
it.
you're planning on being good and winning the playoffs, play some good teams.
Yeah, you get in that first game. That's game 23.
Yes.
And it's the best team you've ever played. You're going out.
They played a pretty good schedule.
What
Oh no, that's what they do. That's what's just
No.
play Bethel Park. Tells
Yes.
you right
No,
there.
and up north, Villa lost the first time in 54 games.
And in 3A, Neshannock, our new number 1, 20 and
Big
and
favorite,
2.
big favorite.
And Shady Side Academy at number 2, followed by Carlington, South Park, and Washington.
No bingo schools in that. That's really big.
Yes.
That's the one. That's the one everybody tries to get in.
Yeah.
All the girls try to get. What is that? 3? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
'cause
tries to
Canada
get
went to
3.
2.
You know,
No,
Canada-
Eddie,
you don't want
Canada's down to 2.
you don't
Eddie,
want-
there's
That's
a
big.
reason for that.
Yes.
And Canada's really good.
Yeah.
Shady
They're
Side.
20
I thought Denny King saw Shady Side. They're good.
Canada would be still good in 3A.
Oh, they wouldn't.
They would be good in 4A.
They'd be the favorite in 3. Canada would be the favorite.
Oh, yeah. When they got beat last year, and the guy complained about recruiting like he didn't do it at Villa forever.
Look at a new coach. Didn't
Coach
they?
Dibble,
Canada?
Yeah.
Now, Coach
Yeah.
Dibble's been doing this.
Canada.
He was
Yeah.
expert at Vincentian,
Yeah.
expert at Campman.
Wasn't as
not so
smart at Newcastle.
After Canada, it's Brentwood, Laurel, Olsh, and Sarah Catholic. Don't count Olsh out, but Canavan's the
Canavan's the
favorite
favorite.
here.
Hey, kid at Laurel's done a tremendous
Oh,
job.
he sure
Remember,
has.
18 and
Yeah,
4.
yeah, he was at Monty
Yep, Coach
before.
Stepp, I
Done
think
a
I
great
say his
job.
name,
A
yeah.
nice job.
And in 1A, it's West Green, followed by Greensburg, Central Catholic, Rochester, Clerton, and Avella. I think Rochester could be the surprise.
Somebody
here
told me
out
they're
of
good.
any team.
That's a good point. Somebody
Yeah,
told me that
I think
today.
they're
The
surprised.
girls' team was good.
They have the
That's what somebody
Robeson
said.
girls. She averages about 18 points a game. They're really good.
Well, you need a star.
Laurel girls, by the way, their first section title in the school's history. How about that?
That's wonderful.
Pretty impressive.
Amazing.
And that's a good league.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Girls League. That's a really good league.
Let's go to our stories of the week. We've been remiss about getting the Pens in with everything that's been happening. They're really an up and down team. They defeated the Flyers last night 4-1. Matt Murray 50 saves. He'll have games he's like it. He's just brilliant, and then other games he struggles. I don't think he gets a lot of help. Crosby with a goal and an assist. Now the Pens had an 8-game win streak. Then they went to tank 6-8-1. They're 29-20-7, fourth place in the Metro, 7 points behind Columbus, and 4 back of second place Washington. Their power play's been dismal. They used to be the fastest team around. They're not anymore, and I think way too much shuffling. All the trades. Lines 2, 3, and 4. I'll tell you what. You gotta pick up the paper and look every day. What's this line? This line. I think you do that so much. Don't you lose something in the way of chemistry?
Well, that's Diller Rutherford. He's been like that all the time. He believes in it. He believes shaking the
Keep
team up.
changing those lines.
He believes in shaking up
Hey,
the team.
keeps you on your toes.
That's
you better
that's
play.
the word. That's
And
the word.
I know you better
I know.
play, but at what point do you say, I'm going to stick with this number 2, line 3, maybe 4,
Well-
we'll shuffle, in order to get these guys used to playing one
No, I
another
agree.
when
If
you
he
reach a
didn't have two
playoff?
Stanleys, I'd be more critical.
Yeah.
I figure he knows something.
I think he's looking for something.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's an outstanding coach, but at some point, I think he must be frustrated.
Not Sullivan. I'm talking Rutherford, the
You're
GM.
talking about-
Rutherford,
Sullivan
yeah,
said they
yeah,
won't listen
yes.
to him. He said the power play stinks because they don't listen.
Yeah.
I don't know what he meant.
It's just the
Time of year.
pro sports.
No one
you
can
know.
kill a coach more than hockey
Lemieux was the
players.
worst, though.
Hockey
Lemieux
player.
was the worst.
I had one of
he wouldn't go to practice.
But one of the greatest
Yes.
coaches of all time.
Yeah, Bowman, Scotty Bowman.
Scotty
Yes,
Bowman.
yes.
Yeah.
Now Malkin returns, and immediately he could reach a 5-game suspension. He hit one of the Flyers over the head with his stick.
Yeah, Flyers, and when they get together, those two teams, always some
What do
wicked
you think
things
it
happen.
was Monday Night Raw or
But
something?
this is the key for them. I don't think they've been aggressive enough offensively. They don't shoot enough, and this has been Malkin all season long. I guess he's been encouraged. Sullivan's told him to shoot. For whatever reason, he's not shooting enough.
I call him Big Game Malcolm, though. When it comes to the playoffs, he steps up the bat. I'll never
He's a guy they
I'll never
need.
shut him down. Yeah, says
He's
he has,
a big dude, too.
Oh, he is a big dude.
You know, they have 26 games remaining. I'm just off the top of my head thinking they have to win 15 or 16 of these last 26 to get in the playoff mode.
Yeah, the mode, I like that. I just don't think any team's playoff mode right now. Yeah, George said, at the end of the year, they're just trying to survive. Hockey's the one sport. 1-8 is a toss-up.
Yeah, we've
You
had
know?
7 and 8 in the finals there.
But you got some outstanding teams out there. Tampa,
Tampa's
Washington's
really
still
good.
strong.
Tampa's the one.
Tampa with solid
Yes.
goaltending. Let's move on to the NFL. And the news yesterday kind of surprised a lot of people. The Browns signed Kareem Hunt. Even though he's looking at an 8-game suspension, a lot of people are saying his return is too soon. They believe in second chances, but they don't think he's going to play the first 8 games. And the NFL's not finished on their investigation about this. And then you have still, what do you do at running back Nick Chubbs? I mean, you're going to have enough
Terrific.
carries for,
Well, how
for
about
both
the
of these
kid
teams.
from Miami's
Duke
good.
Johnson,
Duke
too.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Hey,
I like that at all.
too soon.
I didn't, no,
it's
no,
too
I didn't like
soon.
the signee because I don't understand why they need a running back. I
I don't think
Oh,
they do
you're
either.
talking about the
Browns.
Browns.
I think the Browns are making one of those stupid things. They do it all the
They
time.
need another
That their team
receiver.
is going in a positive way, and now Chubb's going to be complaining about in 6 games in not getting the ball.
Okay, is it too soon to bring Hunt back?
For me, it is.
He's more to talk about second chances than I.
Well, you
I
know
think
the GM is the one that drafted him.
Yeah,
for,
we knew
for the,
that.
for the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Kansas City.
So
They watch him run. Like someone said, what he said. I vetted this. He vetted one thing: him going in the end zone for the Chiefs.
That's what he did.
That's what he vetted.
Yes.
He said he's gone through a lot
sure.
of research on this. I guess he's met with specialists and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised. He might be suspended the whole year.
And that's what I'm hoping happens. That's what I'm hoping happens. I think a year off is what I like. And
You
like
don't
George
shut him
said-
down for life.
No, not life.
He
no,
deserves-
no,
He
no,
deserves a second.
No, I don't
as
set
long
down
as
for life.
he's
That's right.
Contrite and,
Yeah.
and following all the protocol that they want
Exactly.
for him.
But I mean, who would? I mean, not.
He better.
Once again, like Albert always says, is he sorry because he did it or sorry because he does it?
He's sorry I got caught.
Hey, speaking of the Browns, I wanted to mention this before we're on the Super Bowl. You know, Greg Williams went 5-3 as the interim coach, almost 6-2. They nearly beat the Ravens. Why let him go?
It seems like the interim guys they saw, not just the Browns, around the NFL, don't work out. I bet you they did some research on it.
Yeah, this
This is a
easy.
veteran
Mayfield
coach.
loved the fat guy.
I'm
That's
thinking
all.
they did
Mayfield
some-
loved
Good
the-
point, George.
The-
Kitchens,
Yeah,
he likes Kitchens, okay.
No,
okay.
Mayfield. That was all what.
So
But
the
Kitchen's
players
never
go.
been a coordinator.
No, I know.
Before,
And this
until-
and Williams is,
except for 8
you know,
games.
he's the bounty gate guy. He's the guy.
Yeah, but that's
the
all
gr-
class.
I know, but he rubs people.
But I think you did it right, though. I didn't realize.
Mayfield loved
I
it.
didn't, maybe that's the answer.
Well, he
That's
got
the
hired
answer.
just like that by the Jets.
That's the answer.
Just like that.
He can coach defense.
Their
this
defense
guy.
played well.
Hey, that Williams.
You know
he's
what?
salty.
That bounty stuff has gone on in NFL locker rooms
Right.
for 100
Yeah,
years,
it has.
where the players have done that. Now let's go to more of the search for tomorrow for the Steelers. Soap opera continues with Antonio Awal Brown, his latest tweet, or he put it out there
Yeah, he did.
on
Twitter.
YouTube.
Yeah, he did.
Goodbye, Steeler Nation. After 9 years, it's time for me to move on, and I say amen to that. Here's what I'm saying. He may face suspension too.
Yeah.
For several different reasons.
The 100-mile-an-hour driving, the
he-
beating
he
a lady.
just- he didn't show up in court for that,
Alleged.
pleading guilty, throwing the stuff off the balcony at the hotel. Here's what I'm saying, Steve. Take a fourth-round draft pick and let him go. Get him out of your hair because he's a locker room killer. He's thumbed his nose at his coach. his players by not showing up, and he thumbed his nose at Art Rooney.
Yeah, I think all of us believe that, but I know they're looking at the money, and I don't know. But didn't Jeff say there's a lot of money involved, George?
Yeah.
The agent said
Yeah,
this.
But not as much. Once they get rid of him, then there's a lot of money. Don't forget, they don't pay him that $14 million he's getting a year. Also,
Yeah, and the other thing too with him, they talk about it. The guy from Oakland brought a first round, Amani. And they're saying, my gosh, if he brought a first round, what would this guy bring? But they know you're desperate.
But they know the baggage he has now.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah,
that's why they're not going to get a number one for him. They're not going to get a number two. It's like a bad two. Want the dentist to pull it right away.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's tough.
I don't see how Tomlin survives with this guy coming back. Look what he did with the filming of the locker room when he was told not to do that.
He's everything bad.
That
we know
started
that.
it all.
He's everything bad.
Why do you think the players have come out to stand up for him? Yet they were critical of Le'Veon Bell, and really Le'Veon, he didn't do anything but say, I want a better contract, and I'm not playing. He was a holdout.
I told Albert, this is just me, goofy. I think if you shut the lights out and did that secret ballot and said how many want him back, it'd be different.
You think they're just being
Hey,
polite
real quick,
press?
I had something I saw the other day. You'll love it. He won't answer the Rooney's calls, won't talk to anybody. This guy was on this live show on Fox the other day, and the guy FaceTimed him, and he took it.
Yeah, and that was my answer. I don't think it's in Tomlin's hands. I really don't. I think the Rooneys are all over this
the
one.
Rooney's catered to him. It's a huge
sat back long
mistake.
enough.
All over this one. It's
Letting him stay in a hotel during camp, and all, it's come back to roost.
It's all over him.
They're on this one.
Yes.
Well, free agency starts March the 13th, in a great article, Ed Boschette, he does a great job covering the Steelers. Now, there are two situations here with Le'Veon Bell. Two tags are possible. The franchise tag, which means you hit him with $9.5 to $14.5 million. You get him to sign that, then you could possibly trade him. But you know how complicated that is. If he hasn't signed the last 2 years, why is he going to sign now? Do you want to tag him with that franchise tag? If you do, and then he sits out another year, then in 2020, he becomes an unrestricted free agent, and they get a draft pick for him, compensation. If you hit him with the transition tag, Bell could then look around the league at the best offer possible from other teams. The Steelers could match it, and after he signs, they could let him go, but they would get no compensation. So what do you do here with him?
Wow. This takes that's what I was going to say. For us three sitting here, all three of us would say, let them both go.
I want him back. I don't think you could lose both those guys and be serious.
Well, they're going to have to, though. So neither one of them want to be there.
Well, then
no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
They've both said
you don't think he would come if you gave him what he wanted?
What?
Why? They're not going to give him that
19 million or whatever he wanted.
Well, it's the guaranteed money. Say they gave him 5 years, 75 million. He wants about 45 to 50 guaranteed.
Yeah, they're not giving him that.
They offered him 30 million before guaranteed.
They're going to look at Gurley and say, "Listen, they gave him 30 million, and he wasn't even in the lineup in the Super Bowl." So
I think their best move, if he would agree to sign and say, "Look, franchise tag him, give him this deal," and then another team matches it.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. They'll get something.
At least you get something for him.
Yes.
You don't want him to go for nothing, right?
No. And that's the problem.
It's far
that's
more
what's so hard about these two.
It's far more complicated.
I think for us, we let them go. But both of them, they want.
There will be in 2020 a work stoppage in the NFL. The players want the guaranteed money, and the owners are not happy with these franchise and transition tags. There will be a work stoppage.
We have a pretty good buddy, an agent, and the closer it comes without a check, quicker those guys cave.
Yeah, well, Bell didn't do it.
I got two hands up for the owners. They'll outweigh them again. They're billionaires. Yes.
The New England Victory Parade. I was stunned to read this that Gronkowski on a float celebrating was struck in the face with a full can of beer.
They were throwing. No. He was Steve Austin, and they were throwing, and he was chucking
with a full can.
He wasn't looking at him in the head. I mean,
what he did.
Well, they're not saying that.
No, that's what happened. No, that's what happened. Eddie.
Okay, I'm reading two different sides here.
Take it from me.
He was struck in the face with a can of beer, similar to the Red Sox manager beer
Jeez.
was hit in the face with a can of beer too.
Did you ever watch
Didn't
the
see
old
it.
Steve Austin when he would get on the top rope and they would throw beers at him and he would just pour them? That's what he was doing, and he wasn't looking, and he got hit.
somebody got him, huh?
Yeah, they love him there. They didn't
But
throw him at him.
dangerous.
Stupid.
But he's
You
always
thank
been
God
known to be
they didn't
stupid.
hit someone.
That's what he does.
You know.
All right, the Alliance of American Football debuted Saturday. The average longevity of these spring leagues is anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Why will this league be any different?
Well, this guy won't be watching it. So I'll tell you,
I didn't watch it.
You know,
I'm
this
watching
guy-
the Penn Saturday
yeah,
night.
this guy's
what
not
a
gonna
terrific
watch. So
game
I don't
that
know who's
was.
out there
You
watching
know what
it.
they are doing though? The NFL's behind us. They're showing the game.
Oh, is that why?
Tell you how why they're trying their new rules out. No kickoff. Inside
Oh, thanks, Jordan. I didn't know
onside
that.
kick
That's
on
good.
the 25. You have to go for 4th and 10.
Okay.
You know, have to go for 2. What they're doing is trying their new rules out
Thank
and
you.
seeing if the people.
They're
Makes a lot of sense.
Moving more and more towards arena football.
Makes a lot of sense.
But here's the thing: you're in the spring here. You're
Yes,
coming up
no,
against
no.
the National Hockey League,
No,
March
we're,
Madness,
no,
the NBA,
No, we're
baseball.
trained. It's not football season.
It's not
in our
football
mind,
season.
we're creatures.
And
We're-
also, when I see Hackenberg starting a quarterback,
Yeah.
I immediately know the league stinks.
Oh, he's all.
Hey, Oklahoma, talking about quarterbacks, Oklahoma quarterback Heisman Trophy
Going.
winner Kyler Murray
My boy.
picking the NFL over Major League Baseball. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. There's a lot of interest by Jacksonville and possibly.
I'm
Buckingham.
all in on him, and everybody else is all out. So I like
I'm
that.
not. I like him.
Oh, you do too?
Oh, I like
okay.
him.
That-
I watch. I don't
I'm
go by
all in
his.
on him.
I
I
go
really
by
love
how
him.
he plays.
I just think he's
Let me
outstanding.
ask you something. He's okay. 5'10". You mean to tell me he's not thrown behind 6'6", 6'7"
Before
linemen at
first
Oklahoma?
time they weren't tall there. No.
Yeah.
That's so.
So why are you saying he can't do it?
I think he can.
The other thing that you don't hear about is the hand size and the grip he
How
has
about
in a
Drew Brees
football.
would be this much? I mean, that's a different.
Evidently, he has that hand grip.
Well,
You know they measure their hands.
Oh, they do.
Oh, they
They're
measure
big
everything.
on
They
No,
measure
no.
their hands.
No. When Whitehead said, I've never seen so many measurements and
Yeah.
and they check every bone in your body, every joint
Yeah.
is checked.
They run you right to the MRI.
Right
and
there.
If they have one thing, there's an
Yes.
MRI in the other room.
Hey, let's go. The Pirates have moved on to spring training. Let's hope that that equipment truck's not the highlight to the season. But I was stunned to look and see the Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, Cubs, and Angels. Their payrolls are between 190 and 230 million. Major League Baseball needs. They need to have some control over that. Like the NFL does in the National Hockey League.
You know, Eddie, I want to change, but I want the floor. I don't want.
Yeah.
If they want to spend, I don't mind. That's their choice. But I think you got to tell the Pirates, listen.
Here's what you have to.
You have to spend
or sell it and go to Montreal.
Yeah.
That's what they're not doing.
I like
Eddie,
it. I like
Eddie,
the
here's
floor.
where they're wrong. That luxury tax that the Red Sox and them play.
They pay it
The
willingly.
Sure, but the Pirates should have to put that into salary, and they don't.
Well, the Pirate payroll $70 million.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I want a floor.
Here's where they lost several million fans over the last 4
It's not
years
right.
because 2015 they were a step away from being maybe a World Series team, and they went the other way.
Right.
Yeah, the pitching's good, but what Nutting promises you and what the fans should realistically expect are two different things.
I agree.
Right.
All the way. We'll look forward more to talk about this with Major League Baseball pondering some rule changes that I know the two of us won't like. But that's it for us here. We run out of time. We'll see you next week.